You watch other people keep winning, even after you've worked hard, stayed busy, and tried every productivity trick. But you still feel stuck. What if you could win more, not by grinding harder, but by thinking in a way that makes success almost automatic? In this video, I'll share 6 proven psychology principles backed by research that explain why some people seem to always win and how you can copy the pattern. Research shows winners aren't born different. They run different mental software. I first noticed this when I compared 2 types of people, the ones who stayed motivated only when things were easy, and the ones who somehow got sharper when things got hard. The problem is, most advice tells you to just try harder, which is exactly why you burn out. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to build the same psychology, how you set goals, respond to failure, and stay consistent when motivation disappears. Let's dive in. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Winners don't just want success. They define it so clearly their brain can actually aim at it. Most people say things like, I want to be successful, or I want to get in shape, or I want to be more disciplined. But those are clouds, not targets. Winners turn vague wishes into specific, measurable targets. Not get in shape, but walk 8,000 steps 5 days a week. Not save money, but auto-transfer $50 every Friday. Not be more focused, but work for 25 minutes with my phone in another room. And there's a reason this works. Goal-setting research by Locke and Latham found that specific, challenging goals consistently lead to higher performance than vague, do-your-best goals. Your attention becomes a spotlight. When the target is clear, you start noticing opportunities and feedback you'd normally miss. It's like giving your brain a GPS address instead of saying, take me somewhere nice. Source. So here's how you use this today. First, write down 1 win for the next 7 days. Just 1. Second, make it measurable. It has to be time-based, number-based, or yes or no. Third, set a minimum win so you don't quit. Something so easy you can do it on your worst day. 2 minutes counts. Fourth, track it with the simplest system possible. A checkbox on paper works better than an app you'll forget exists. And watch out for this common mistake: setting goals that sound impressive but aren't trackable. For example, instead of be more confident, try start 1 conversation a day. But that's not all. Even a perfect goal can fail if you don't control what happens in the moment. This next one is crucial. Most people lose because they rely on willpower. Winners rely on pre-made decisions. Here's the idea: implementation intentions. It's a simple, if X happens, then I will do Y plan. If it's 7 a.m., then I put on my shoes and walk. If I open YouTube, then I search the exact video I need and leave. If I feel like scrolling, then I open my notes and write 1 sentence first. Psychologist Peter Gollwitzer's research shows that if-then planning helps translate good intentions into action by linking a situation to a response, almost like programming your behavior. Instead of debating in the moment, you trigger an automatic routine. It works because your brain loves shortcuts, and you're giving it one that helps you win. Source. Now you might be thinking, okay, but what if I'm just not disciplined? Perfect. That's exactly why this works. You're not trying to be disciplined. You're removing the decision. Here's how to apply it. First, pick 1 situation you always fail in. After work, late night, right when you wake up, when you feel stressed. Second, write 1 if-then rule for it. Just 1. Third, make the then action ridiculously easy at first, 2 minutes max. Fourth, rehearse it once in your head like a short movie. That sounds silly, but it helps your brain recognize the cue faster. The biggest mistake is making the then too ambitious. Instead of if I'm tired, then I do a full workout. Try if I'm tired, then I do 5 push-ups. Tiny actions keep the streak alive, and streaks build identity. But wait, there's more to this. The biggest reason people lose isn't laziness, it's fantasy. Most people don't know this, but positive thinking can actually make you weaker unless you pair it with one specific step. Because if you only imagine the win, your brain gets a little hit of satisfaction right now, and then it relaxes. Winners do something different. They use mental contrasting. That means you picture the future you want, and then immediately picture the real obstacle in your way. And there's a simple framework for this called WOOP, wish, outcome, obstacle, plan. You don't just hype yourself up. You face the wall in front of you, and you plan how you'll climb it. Research on mental contrasting with implementation intentions shows it can improve goal follow-through by linking your desired future to the obstacle you must overcome, then creating a plan to beat it. The psychology is simple. Fantasies feel good now, but they can reduce urgency. Contrasting creates productive tension. I want this, and here's what's in the way. Source. Here's how to use WOOP fast. First, wish. Write what you want in one sentence. Finish my project, lose 10 pounds, get my finances under control. Second, outcome. Write the best result, how it feels, what changes, be vivid. Third, obstacle, and this is key. Pick the obstacle inside you, not your boss, not the weather, not your schedule, the internal thing. Like I procrastinate when it feels boring, or I snack when I feel stressed. Fourth, plan. Create your if-then response. If boredom hits, then I work for 10 minutes before any break. If I want to snack, then I drink water and wait 5 minutes. Common mistake, blaming external obstacles only. I don't have time often hides I don't protect my time. Now you might be thinking, cool, but how do winners stay confident while they're doing all this? Great question. Because winners don't have magical confidence. They build it. Now, here's where it gets powerful. Winners don't wait to feel confident. They create evidence that they're the kind of person who follows through. Psychology calls this self-efficacy. Self-efficacy is your belief that you can execute the actions needed to succeed. It's not motivation. It's not hype. It's the quiet certainty, I can handle this. And it grows from small wins that stack. Albert Bandura's work on self-efficacy shows it influences the activities you choose, the effort you put in, and how long you persist when it's hard. This works because your brain predicts the future based on past proof. If your history says you quit, you hesitate. If your history says you finish, you push. Source. So how do you build that proof? First, lower the bar to start. Make success unavoidable. Second, define done before you begin. No moving goalposts. If done is 10 minutes, then 10 minutes is a win. Third, keep a simple wins list, not a gratitude journal, a receipts journal. Workouts done, pages read, calls made, days you showed up. Fourth, use next rep thinking. You don't need to win forever. You just need to do the next rep, the next email, the next 5 minutes. The mistake here is trying to build confidence with pep talks only. Pep talks fade. Proof stays. For example, instead of saying, I am disciplined, prove it with so. Mething small. I did 2 minutes today. But confidence collapses if you treat failure like a verdict. Winners treat it like data. This next one is subtle. 2 people can fail in the same way, and one gets better while the other gives up. The difference is the story they tell. Psychologists call this your explanatory style, how you explain setbacks to yourself. A losing style sounds like, I'm just bad at this. A winning style sounds like, that strategy didn't work yet. What do I change? Same event, different meaning. Work on explanatory style and optimism, associated with Martin Seligman's research tradition, shows that how you interpret negative events can influence persistence and performance. This works because your brain protects you from pain. If failure feels permanent and personal, quitting feels like relief. If failure feels temporary and specific, you stay in the game long enough to improve. Source. So here's a simple reset process you can use after any setback. First, ask, what part of this was under my control? Second, label it specific, not global. Not I'm failing at life, but I missed 2 workouts. Third, choose 1 adjustment for next time, not 10. 1. Fourth, use a reset phrase, same goal, new strategy, and avoid this mistake, harsh self-talk that you think will push you. It doesn't push you, it drains you. For instance, instead of I'm lazy, try my environment made it easy to quit, so I'll change it. Put the phone in another room. Put the shoes by the door. Make the right action the easiest action. You've already watched this far, so let me share the final piece, the one that turns effort into skill. Because winning isn't only mindset, it's ability, and winners build ability on purpose. Now, let's talk about something even more powerful. Winners don't practice until they get it right. They practice until they can't get it wrong. This is deliberate practice. Deliberate practice means you work on the edge of your ability with feedback, not mindless repetition, focused reps. You pick a small piece, measure it, fix it, and repeat. Research on Expert Performance by K. Anders Ericsson describes how high performance can be traced to prolonged, structured practice designed to improve specific weaknesses. This works because your brain changes through targeted challenge and correction. Like sharpening a blade, just doing the thing isn't enough. Improving the thing is what makes you win more over time. Source. Here's how you apply this without making it complicated. First, choose 1 skill that creates wins in your life. Writing, studying, sales, fitness, communication. Second, break it into parts. If it's writing, it's headlines, openings, clarity. If it's fitness, it's form, consistency, intensity. If it's speaking, it's pacing, eye contact, structure. Third, practice 1 part for 10 minutes with feedback. Use a timer and a checklist. Record yourself if you need to. Fourth, review 1 question. What would I do differently next time? And here's the mistake. Practicing only what you're already good at. That's comfort practice. It feels nice, but it doesn't change you. Winners practice what they were bad at on purpose, so their weakness stops being a weakness. So if you want the psychology of people who always win, it's not magic. It's a system. Let's quickly review what we covered, Todd. Number 1, specific targets, not vague wishes. Number 2, if-then plans that beat willpower. Number 3, whoop, dream big, face obstacles, plan smart. Number 4, confidence built from small proof. Number 5, failure as data, not identity. Number 6, deliberate practice that upgrades skill. Remember, the real winner mindset isn't loud. It's quietly proven. You have everything you need to win more, because winning is mostly what you do after you don't feel like it. The only difference between where you are and where you want to be is the next tiny action you repeat. Don't wait until you're forced to change by burnout or regret. Start with just 1 if-then plan today. I promise you, a week from now, you'll thank yourself. If you found this helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more psychology-backed self-improvement content, and drop a comment. What's 1 area you want to start winning in? Health, money, focus, or confidence? And if you want a step-by-step habit system, check out the next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.